obviously anybody who's involved in professional sport, no one likes to lose by the margin that we lost. But there were definitely some elements of the game that we were pleased with. I think we started the game well. And I think that when you analyse the game, again, pay credit to Northampton for how clinical they were. Every opportunity we almost presented, they managed to take. And at the end, it was a pretty tough evening, but we'd much rather it was in the first game of the season and gives us something to, or gives us a very clear picture of where we are and what we need to work on.
So, to that end, do you think there are some things that you can fix quite quickly and some you have to be quite patient with?
We said all along, I think people are probably bored of listening to me saying it by now, but we knew it would take some time. We've always said, give us a number of games, give us a number of months to try and bring in some of the ideas that from a coaching perspective we're trying to change. I think there's no doubt during the game last weekend we reverted back to some of the things we were more comfortable with, maybe rather than sticking with what we'd planned to do before the game. But I think there's obviously things we've worked hard on this week in the short space of time that we have now preparing for Sale, and hopefully there'll be an improvement this weekend.
It's almost, in a way, it's almost a bigger jigsaw to try and put together than the Lions would have, isn't it, here with a new coaching team and so many new players?
Again, we know how difficult it is to throw a team together and expect them to perform immediately. And we just don't know how long that will take. We've worked hard. We have some elements of the game that we were pleased with. There's obviously lots of elements of the game that there's a huge amount of work required. So we'll just keep working away. We have a very clear plan on what we want to do. We know how good our players are. We know how much experience and knowledge and the quality of coaching team that's there as well. So hopefully over time, as we get an opportunity to keep working on lots of the ideas, you will see an improvement.
Can a defeat like that ever be a good thing? Ever?
No.
In the sense that, because of when it was, it kind of just checks any pre-season hype that there might have been about so much excitement around the place.
I think that there's been a big sense of optimism around the supporters, around the players, but we have been saying that the expectation has to be that it will take some time. We were 9th in the league last year. We were playing the team who won the playoffs. So what that showed more than anything else is the massive gap that we have got to try and close as quickly as we possibly can.
Have you looked at any footage of the Sale Bath match?
Yeah, obviously we've done a little bit of analysis at this early stage of the season with only one game to look at, because I don't think you can really judge anything when you look at pre-season friendlies. But you looked at the Sale game; they were very competitive, and we know what Sale will bring this weekend. And I think for us, again, just on the basis of last Friday night's performance, it's been very much about what we've got to do. We can't worry too much about who we're playing at this stage. We've got to continue to work on a lot of the areas of the game that we know we can improve upon.
I think people would understand if you said you'd almost ignored the Sale Bath game, actually, because it is about your own group.
It is, and we have focused on ourselves, but you do have to pay that respect to the opposition and look at what their strengths are, what areas we're trying to target in terms of how we're going to play. But early season, it's very hard to make any judgment at this stage.
You obviously have the experience of the help that Ravenhill gave to Ulster over a long period of time. Are you hopeful that in the league matches this season, Kingsholm can be that comfort blanket to your players as well?
I'm not hopeful. I know it will be. I think all the players are looking forward to the first competitive game back at Kingsholm. I think that this is, especially after the disappointment of last weekend, this gives a very quick opportunity to turn around that disappointment, and no better place to do it.